Yes, I'm aware that it's an election year. Keep a hold of your hat, Counselor. Now is not the time to lose your nerve. It would appear that someone has hocked a rose gold wedding ring and matching engagement ring. Sound familiar?
Deirdre Muller.
Press the pawnbroker and see what you can find out. The address is 348 South Main Street. The Muller case goes before the grand jury next week, and the DA does not want any egg on his face. Then get out to the railroad depot on Santa Fe Avenue. We have another poor unfortunate found this morning beside a railroad line. 40-year-old white boy.
Right, Skipper.
That bum took a swipe and put him down in my saddle.
I didn't come to California to be a secretary.
Another body, and Deirdre Muller's ring. The Emperor may soon have to come to terms with the fact that he's wearing no clothes.
Exactly. Did you get that book of riddles shoved up your ass? That what your old man paid college tuition for?
すいません今ちょっと色直しますね。
You've got to admit, this is looking odd.
Anyone could pawn a ring.
But if you take it along with all of the other indicators...
Cole, Hugo Moeller was identified by the school's groundkeeper. He's our guy.
Witnesses have fingered the wrong guy before.
He for God's sake.
And he always maintained... was set up.
あ、治りました。すいませんでした。ありがとうございます。
How can I help you boys?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. You have a rose gold wedding and engagement ring?
David Bremner. Am I gonna get something for this pledge? Gave that bum money, now you guys are gonna leave me short.
How much did you give him?
50 bucks?
Try another number.
20?
Try 10. Feel lucky you're getting it.
I have the rings right here.
What's this mark here?
Maker's mark. Usually traceable. That one came from Hartfield's Jewelry down on Broadway.
Thanks for the tip. Does this mark mean anything?
Hallmark. Gives you an idea of the quality.
What have you got on the guy who brought these in?
Goes by the name of Percy B. Shelley. Gave an address. 15 Poland Street, London, Tulare County.
Can you give us a description of the man who pawned these rings?
Not sure. Medium height, medium build, dark hair, I think. Sorry. He just had one of those forgettable faces.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Bremner. You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Fine. Where are we headed?
We have a problem.
We could have the local troopers check out the Tulare County address.
The address is bogus. Hope is having fun with us. The guy who's been sending the Dahlia letters is also the guy who pawned these rings.
How do you figure that one?
Percy Bysshe Shelley wrote the poem that came with the Dahlia letter. If the Dahlia letters are genuine, then the man who killed Elizabeth Short may have also killed Deirdre Mullen.
And how do we prove that, Phelps? Skipper ain't gonna like this one bit.
We're gonna have to rely on this guy tripping up on his own vanity.
You boys ready? Follow me.
We should keep this development with the rings.
We're all on the same team, Rusty.
Chain of command, Phelps. The skipper will decide who needs to know. Got it?
I get it, Rusty. I just don't like it. Hard, isn't it?
Yeah. I look after all the rail depots.
What have you got?
The Negro, Nelson Gaines, called it in. I came down here to make sure him and the other guy, Jameson, stuck around.
Jameson found the body?
Something like that. Guy makes me sick.
We'll talk to the coroner. Keep an eye on both of them. Another missing ring.
Certainly seems I've been swabbing a lot of bare fingers recently.
Smell?
Very good. There is the usual evacuation smell, but it appears she's been living rough for quite some time.
Very strong smell of alcohol.
The autopsy will tell, but I would assume that she was inebriated.
Can you be more exact about the time of death?
No later than 2 a.m. The state the body was in, a 1 or 2 hour window is the best I can do.
Nice day, gentlemen.
We could go over to the lot and see what they know about her.
That's gonna be difficult, Cole. Keystone Studio lot closed back in 41. Someone was trying to get her to come home. Maybe someone at Mensch's will remember her. This is a chit for personal items, not booze. It's an angle worth investigating.
あ、どうも、はいまきさん、おはようございます。昨日の続きをやってます。スタジオ事務員殺人事件というタイトルですね。
Nice day, gentlemen. You want uniform backup?
What are you thinking, Ray?
The city keeps tossing us dead bodies. We're just running to catch up.
そうですね、今日、昨日、スーパー、昨日、一昨日か、金曜日の日に、昨日だ、金曜日。昨日ね、仕事を帰るときにスーパーに寄ったら、餃子が、生餃子が安かったんで。そうそう。ガチャンもね、見ていただいてるんで、ありがたいです。Twitter、X か。
Detective Phelps, LAPD homicide. John Ferdinand Jameson. We need you to answer some
そうなんで
questions, John.
ご飯を炊いて餃子だけかな。
Don't push your luck, knucklehead.
What were you doing to the body, Ferdinand? Are you sure you won't be upset? Try me, Ferdinand. I was kissing her.
ビールいいね。
It's not against the law.
Shut up.
There's no
Take
law
your
against it.
beating like a man.
Turn out your pockets, Ferdinand.
ビール飲みたい。
Classic Carmine. なんか何も変わり映えないな。 Is this yours, Ferdinand? No. I found it near her purse. I thought she could use some lipstick. Rusty, stop. Don't hit him.
証拠との矛盾。
You went through her purse? It wasn't like she needed it. I took a look.
動揺はなさそうですね。信用すっか。
Did you take any money? Wasn't any to take. I found her lipstick and her matchbook over on the mat. Not much else.
被害者の死体の発見。
You found the body? Yes, I did.
もう起きたてなんで声がガラガラして、ちょっとワンタン低いんですよね。おっと目が泳いでる。あ、動揺してるね。疑いましょう。
Why didn't you report the body, Jameson? Do you know how this is going to look to a jury? A jury? What gives? I could tell that she was dead. I came through here about midnight last night. She wasn't here then.
Let me belt him again.
You're under arrest, Jameson. We'll see how this plays out. Until then, you can think a little on how you'd like to be treated if you were found dead. I'm telling you, it's not illegal. Me and some friends of mine.
結局殴るんかい。
Clyde, you get this sack of shit into a cell. I'll deal with him later.
あら、
Sure, Rusty.
ちゃんと寝てください。後でもうちょっとしたらコンビニ行こう。 今日もコンビニですよ。
I need an address on Levine's Liquor, closest store to the Santa Fe Avenue rail yard if possible.
Just a moment, detective.
晩ご飯を餃子にするんですけど、まだ一食目なので、ちょっとなんか
Thanks, man.
麺類便利。
高いけど。
いや、ウーバーよりは安いっしょ。なので、一食目はちょっとね、麺類にしようかなって思ってるんですよね。
あの人とは違うんだと、そういうことですね。
でムーバー2回頼みましたけど高いですもん。やっぱ手数料取られるし配達料もかかるし、で届いたものはあんまり美味しくなかったしで、地元のねウーバーは良くない。
Want to sell the food to fund the civil war against the communists.
Really? Guess that's okay then.
Armies can't fight without food. Spend all your money on weapons, but you still have to have the will to fight. Fortunately,
確かに便利っちゃ便利なんですけどね。宅配、ピザとかああいうの。
You know what you're saying?
the people of this
ピザ
country
に
will...
しようかな今日。
You think the Chinese will balk at an emperor if they're
餃
starving?
子はね夜中食べるとして、今から食べるのはピザもありだな。平日は極力なんていうの、そういう胃がもたれないものを食べて、週末は
Phelps, Galloway, homicide.
金曜土
We
曜
need to
は
ask you
合
some
成に行こう
questions
かな。
concerning Evelyn Summers.
ピザいいよね。
Evelyn Summers?
ゲームしながら食べれる
What
し。
is it now?
You knew Evelyn?
As well as I wanted to know Evelyn. She's a pain in the ass,
Yeah.
always coming in here, cadging drinks, never had any money. She was in just a couple of nights ago.
Did she ever tell you where she was staying?
I don't know. I think she was living rough.
あれ今
She had that kind of
ストンさん
schmuck
とガッ
about
チャンだけ
Who did she
サーバーにいるの
her. A bunch of these guys. Ask around.
だね。でなんかストンさんがなんかやってるね。
虫もゴミツも寝ちゃった。
ああ寝ちゃった。あら。
What's your name?
Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Mind if I ask you some questions, Mr. McCaffrey?
I'm just a starving writer, detective. What do you want to ask about?
Evelyn Summers, and why she was found beaten and strangled in the rail depot on Santa Fe.
Okay. I see your point.
おにきとかも寝ちゃったんだ
How
ね。
well did you know?
まあどうせ夜中あの人たちなんかやるでしょ。
More like I
起きてきて
was aware of her.
ゲーム。被害者との最後の接触。
Did you see Evelyn last night?
No, I was at home. Writing.
目泳いでない。どうもしてない。信じよう。
Can anyone corroborate that?
Good choice of word. Am I a suspect?
あ、ペキだった。
Do you have a criminal record, Mr. McCaffrey?
Nothing serious. I've had a few skirmishes.
なんか目が泳いでますな。ちょっと直感使ってみようかな。疑うか。
You want to save me some time, or do you want me to look up your file?
Industrial disputes, strikes, workers' rights, that kind of thing.
A regular fifth columnist. Nice to meet you, comrade.
Thank you for the information, Mr. McCaffrey.
ああ、質問間違えたね、1個。
I say we try the liquor store next. I could get a short dog for the car.
You a friend of Evelyn Summers?
Who's asking?
Very cute. You know who's asking.
I know my rights.
You don't have any. Answer the question.
Evelyn mooches for drinks. I don't have any time for that.
Was that so hard?
Keep writing me, copper.
Help me out.
I say we try the liquor store next. I could get a short dog for the car.
What did you make of McCaffrey?
There'll come a day, and it's coming very soon. We'll run him and the rest of his pinko buddies out of Los Angeles.
I meant as a suspect, Rusty.
What can I do for you?
LAPD, Phelps and Galloway. We're making inquiries into the murder of Evelyn Summers.
Evelyn? She's dead?
You knew Evelyn Summers, Mr.
Robbins. Yes, I knew Evelyn. I was a good friend of her ex-husband. She kept some of her stuff here.
Can you show us, please?
Sure. Come this way.
You got some fine stock here, Mr. Robbins. You know, you let us take some for the road, this case might get solved a lot quicker.
He's joking, Mr. Robbins.
She kept a bed here, but I probably shouldn't have let her. An alcoholic in a liquor store. That was never going to work out, was it?
We'll take a look around. Rawlings Bowling Alley. Maybe Evelyn did something other than drink in her spare time.
Rawlings. I know that place. Corner of 9th and Grand. A lot of cops bowl there on Tuesday nights.
I'm guessing Evelyn hadn't held down a job for quite some time before she was killed.
When exactly did Evelyn work in the pictures?
A few years ago. She worked in legal copyrights for music.
She wasn't always such a loner. Evelyn was reading Aristotle?
Evelyn wasn't stupid. The only stupid thing about her was her need to drink.
And she was borrowing books from Grosvenor McCaffrey.
被害者との接触。
We're trying to account for Evelyn's movements yesterday.
She came by in the morning.
A social visit to pick up some of her things?
She had a couple of bucks and bought a quart of rye.
信用する。
Any idea where the money came from?
She didn't mention it. But she did say the booze was a present for a boy. She said they had been fighting and she had to make it up to him.
被害者と
Were you and Evelyn close, Mr. Robbins?
Not many people will be sad she's gone. I'll be one of the few.
まあ動揺してなさそうですね。
I got the impression that Evelyn had been sleeping rough of late.
It became difficult for me to have her staying here. Her mother was trying to get her back on the straight and narrow. She's old now. To be honest, you have to have a good reason to want to get back on.
マキュフリーに関する情報。
You know a friend of Evelyn's by the name of McCaffrey?
Not personally.
動揺してそうだな。
We're struggling for leads, Robbins. Did she know McCaffrey?
She idolized him. From what I gather, the feeling was far from mutual. He seems to peddle a revolutionary stance, fixing the ills of society. You could see how it would appeal to down-and-outs like Evelyn.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Robbins.
No problem. Hey, I'd like to make arrangements for the funeral. You think I could get in touch with Evelyn's mother?
Put in a call to the watch commander at Central Station, Mr. Robbins. He'll be trying to reach the next of kin.
Thanks. Get the guy, huh? Evelyn never hurt anybody.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
You can drive.
Hey, there's such a thing as soap, you know?
And now, national news from American Century Broadcasting.
人気の曲だ。
Capitol Hill in Washington.
ノリノリ。
ね。
The captain is downstairs with Ray Pinker and Carruthers.
I'm going to memorize your name.
Yeah, the bum took a swipe at me. Put him down with my saddle.
That price is outrageous.
I say we bust in there and...
What's this about, Captain?
Ray and Mal have some concerns over the Henry and Muller cases, which I don't want aired outside of this room.
The evidence is solid, Captain.
I agree, Rusty. It's just that corpses keep piling up.
Copycats.
I've been banging the same drum. But the notes and the lipstick messages.
Evelyn Summers, Cartel Classic Carmine. Each woman, same brand, same color.
Teresa Terrelson didn't have a lipstick message.
Technically, you're right, Rusty. She didn't have any lipstick, but she did have a message. We found it beneath her dress, scraped with a sharp stick.
What did it say?
You sure you want to know?
Ray?
As far as we can be sure, it said cunt BD.
That's one way of looking at it.
Looking at what?
Cunt is all about access, Phelps. You're married, yours is mortgaged. Some of us like to pay by installments. This guy doesn't like to pay at all.
Why are you so angry, Mal?
Because I just had to fire one of my assistants. He was a friend of Jameson's. God knows what he might have been up to.
Captain, we have good leads in the Summers case, but it's up to you to decide how we proceed.
Keep this under your hat for now. And follow up on Evelyn Summers. I want daily reports.
We got our orders. Back to the Summers case. Get an address for McCaffrey, who had blown the bar. I'll meet you outside.
アパートがハテナになってるからこれ調べないといけないのか。電話あった。署内に何電話なんだろう。それすげえ疑問なんだよな。
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address for a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Grosvenor McCaffrey. Apartment 6.
めっちゃお腹の音が鳴る。
Yale Street between Ord and Alpine.
Thanks for your help. You know the way. You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
Let me pose a question.
Depends. What's it got to do with?
Morals. Would it bother you to put the wrong person away?
Depends.
On what?
On whether anyone except the poor son of a bitch in the slammer ever found out.
Hello, Rusty. Two on your usual lane?
I'm Detective
いいな、ボーリングの受付嬢が
You must be new.
おばあちゃん
What's your shoe size?
We're conducting an investigation, ma'am. Do you know the name Evelyn Summers?
Sounds like I should. Oh, maybe it could be Jimmy's friend.
Jimmy?
James Tiernan. He's a pin setter. One day he introduced me to a lady after work. Stuck in my mind.
取ってすごいへこんでる。
ね
Old for him.
へこんでるってかもう筋肉が筋肉というか肉がもう垂れちゃってます
Thanks, ma'am. Let's go get him.
おっと逃げるやつがいる
Tiernan! LAPD! There!
人様の車を拝借すると
What are you waiting for? Get after it!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight.
Come on, Phelps, you're losing that little weasel.
These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel fear.
Another runner. At least we've got a suspect.
はい、もう一丁
Pete!
What are you waiting for? Get after him!
We might go faster if we weren't carrying the extra weight. These are flashy cars to be parked outside a bowling alley.
The lanes attract a fast-living individual with money to burn.
Or a middle-aged individual with the need to feel virile.
Phelps, you gotta get me closer! Hit him, Cole! Spit him out! Another runner. At least we've got a suspect.
Why do they always run? I'm sure we've got the wrong person in more than one of these homicides, but they always seem to land it.
You know, your theories are not airtight by any means.
If this isn't the killer, we can at least get him for reckless endangerment.
That's unless he runs into a wall and saves us all the trouble.
今回は2回目でうまくいった。
Joyride is over, kid.
The heck? Give it up, LAPD!
上達している。
うん。なんとかうまくやってる。じゃあ対応したから。あれ目的地が出ない。
What do you think? Advice?
マップ。まずこれどうにかしろってことかな。めんどくせえな。なんで逃げてんのこれ。
Calling all cars. Citizen reports officer needs help. Shots fired. Officer down. 6th Street and Lindley Place. 6th Street and Lindley Place. Unit to handle code 3. Identify.
Gonna kill someone!
That alleyway leads to the rear of the building, sir. Someone's gonna have to climb up and take him down.
Good luck. Don't let him get a beat on you like I did. Get over here, will you? Cop killers are the worst kind of scumbag. That's a second one. Help, you're covered.
Like killing cops?
I'll lay down some suppression fire.
Find some cover!
I'll cover you.
Won't help console the officer's family. These guys are done. You drive. I need to go over the case notes. McCaffrey's in apartment 6.
フリーのアパートは6号室。6号室に向かえばいいのね。
Doesn't look like anybody's home. Torn from the letter we found beside the body. At the very least, I'd say it ties McCaffrey to the scene. He said he was at home. He said he didn't know her. And we have the book.
Let's see Carruthers argue his way out of this one.
Is that you, Grosvenor? Who are you guys? What are you doing in here?
We're from the LAPD, ma'am. Do you know where we might find McCaffrey?
I'm his neighbor. Is he in trouble?
Look, lady, we need to find him, and in a hurry. Are you gonna give me trouble?
He has a pigeon coop up on the roof. He spends his mornings up there when he's been drinking.
How do we get up there?
Down the hall and up the stairs.
Drunk and in command of a carrier pigeon. Surely we can write him up for that. A citation, at least.
Isn't that the cop who won a medal and is solving all the cases?
Grosvenor McCaffrey!
逃げ方まだ
Running on a hangover, McCaffrey? Sit down and we'll talk.
Go get our wheels.
runner, McCaffrey? Stay and fight the good fight.
ペースとね、この追跡やめてほしい。めんどくさい。
Give it up, LAPD.
やっぱ逃げちゃうから。
よっしゃ。めんどいよ。
You're under arrest on suspicion of murdering Evelyn Summers.
We need to get downtown and wrap this thing up. It's got to be McCaffrey. Unless Tiernan set him up. You don't think that asshole Jameson could have done it, do you? Whoever did it. So wasn't that Dahlia fuck?
How do you know that McCaffrey didn't do the Dahlia?
We have a list of over 200 suspects. His name was never on it.
If you think the list is exhaustive, Rusty, who am I to argue?
Listen, let's just work the case at hand, shall we? Then we can sit down and put all the puzzle pieces together at a later date.
I'll hold you to that.
ジェームス・ティアナとグローブナー・マッキュー2人捕まえたから
It's either McCaffrey or Tiernan, sir. Jameson is.
明らかにマーキュー・フリーがの部屋から血のついたタイヤレバーとか出てきたから先にティアナから自分をして追い詰めたのかマーキュー・フリーそうしよう。
Why did you run, Tiernan?
Tiernan.
I was the last one to see Evelyn that night. I knew you would think it was me.
被害者との関
Can you
係
describe your relationship with Evelyn?
I barely knew Evelyn.
目が泳いでおります。目が泳いでおります。被害者の
どことなくジャイアン味を感じる。
ジャイアンジャイアン確かに反証する目泳いでるけど反証する材料がないな。疑っとくか。
Sounds like half an answer to me, Tiernan. Were you sleeping with her?
That's none of your business.
あ、失敗した。発見された被害者の本。
Aristotle's Metaphysics, the book that belonged to McCaffrey.
McCaffrey saw her looking at her once and laughed in her face.
And you're saying Evelyn stole it.
She wanted something of his.
なんか気持ち悪いな。
We either hang this on you or McCaffrey. You better give us something.
McCaffrey's been
こ
in
いつ
trouble
動
with the
揺
law
すると
before.
目を見つめ
He
て
always
くる
makes
タ
out
イ
it was some
プ。
kind of labor dispute, but I'm not so sure.
ティアナンのアリバイ。
You and Evelyn were drinking together last night, and she had no other place to stay.
I don't know what happened last night. I don't remember.
これか。酒の購入歴。参照。
You're lying, Tiernan.
You'd been fighting with her. You fought, and...
I'm not lying! She got up and left! That was it!
She left, but she came back. She bought you a quart of whiskey to make it up to you. She told the liquor store owner. You're in deep trouble, buddy.
She said she loved me. She wanted to care for me. She would never stop talking about McCaffrey. McCaffrey was a writer, McCaffrey was a hero, McCaffrey cared for the little guy.
Did you kill her, Tiernan?
I might as well have. Kicked her out. She had nowhere to go.
Do you own a car, Tiernan?
No, I don't.
Have access to a lug wrench?
We use a lot of
ラグレンチ
to clear jams in the pin
いや
setting
タイヤレバーだったでしょ。なんかこれ疑うでしょ。
Coroner's report says that Evelyn was killed with a wrench. I think you did it and then planted the evidence at McCaffrey's apartment for us to find.
We went to his apartment. McCaffrey was up on the roof. Evelyn stole the book. McCaffrey went crazy when he found out. He said he would put her out of her misery. He can be very cruel.
Evelyn was missing a ring from her right hand.
That's strange. She always wore it. Big black circular disc with a white E in the middle. It was made from an old typewriter key, present from the prop department in her
アウ
old
トサイダー
movie
の衣装を手に入れましたね。
We're going to talk to McCaffrey. You need to think about what you've told us, Tiernan. You're not in the clear.
で次こっちか。
I say we bust in there and find the goddamn.
You ready to answer some questions?
You think I have all the answers?
People who run from the police usually have something to hide.
Touché, detective. Let's see where this takes us.
被害者との関係。
You told us you barely knew Evelyn Summers.
She hung around sometimes. I had very little to do with her.
うーん、反証なんだろうな、きっと。
You'll have to do better than that, Grosvenor. We know about you and Evelyn.
Evelyn was a lush, and a boring one at that. You can't link her to me.
What なんだろう。
Seems there's a serious gulf between what you think you know and what you actually do, detective.
これは分からんかったな。マキフリーのアリバイ。
Evelyn died sometime around midnight. Remind me, where were you?
I was at home, writing. I'm working on a manuscript.
You're lying, McCaffrey. You were out at the rail yard.
And what do you have that proves I was there?
これあれか、破れた手紙か。
How about half of Augusta Summers' last correspondence with her daughter?
What are you talking about?
After you were done beating Evelyn, you searched her and found her mother's letter. That old lady's anguish amused you.
I know nothing about a letter or Evelyn's goddamn mother.
So what was it doing on your writing desk?
I don't know, but if I didn't put it there, somebody else did. Try exercising your powers of deduction on that.
タイヤレバーの入手。
We found the lug wrench that Evelyn was battered with in your apartment, and the note from her mother, and your blood-stained clothing. We have you cold, McCaffrey.
You think if I could be bothered to murder Evelyn Summers, I would be stupid enough to leave the evidence in my apartment?
I don't believe you, Grosvenor. The evidence says that you killed her.
You can prove that I wanted to kill Evelyn?
あれでしょ。ティアナンの告発か。
Tiernan is prepared to testify that you threatened Evelyn's life in his presence.
Self-preservation. That's understandable. Okay, I'll level with you. Tiernan killed Evelyn. He came to me for help. I listened to him, and he explained why he did it.
Tiernan went to you for help. You expect me to buy that?
That's how it went down. I told him he made a terrible mistake, but he would be throwing his life away if he went to the cops. I took his things and told him I would dispose of them.
But you didn't.
Speak to Tiernan. He'll give it up.
It's either going to be you or Tiernan, Grosvenor.
Make it stick, detective. The party has good lawyers.
で、電話かけて、マキュフリーの
Operator, give me dispatch.
犯罪歴か調べても。
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need the jacket on a Grosvenor McCaffrey.
Just a moment, Detective. McCaffrey was formerly under surveillance by the Red Squad. Convictions for petty theft. Dishonorable discharge from the Army during training at Syracuse. Assault on a local woman. Says he almost beat the woman to death.
Thank you.
You spoken to McCaffrey? I can go? It's all been cleared up?
Not quite. We have one more question we need to ask, James. Then I think we will be done.
Sure. Go ahead.
殺害前の出来事。
So Evelyn passed out, and you walked out. What happened next?
I woke up in the morning. Very hungover. I thought Evelyn would have come back.
I know you're lying, James. You went out looking for her. Tell me what really happened.
I don't know what you're talking about. How can you say I wasn't in that hotel room?
You wound up at McCaffrey's. You were still incredibly drunk. You passed out on his floor. It's time to tell me what really happened.
McCaffrey woke me up the next morning. He showed me the lug wrench and the letter and the box. And he said I came in with him last night. He said that I killed Evelyn. And that it was all over the radio. And that he would protect me. And I don't know, Detective, for the life of me, I can't remember a goddamn thing. And I was angry with her. Really angry. I could have done it. Was it me?
Yeah, 容疑者ではないから尋問を終わらせるか。
Wait here.
Those Vice boys get any inside?
経験。
You were in the war?
Yes, I was. Seeing the things that I saw, it changes a man. I came back here determined to change things. All I wanted was a pen and an opportunity to speak out.
You told us before that you had only minor run-ins with the police. You didn't mention petty theft.
I've never been in trouble for violence. That's the salient point here, isn't it?
You're lying, McCaffrey. You have a history of
犯罪
violence
歴かな
towards
ここで
women.
ようやく
How do you turn a couple parking tickets and a petty theft misdemeanor into an assault charge?
We know all about you and your dishonorable discharge, beating some poor woman near to death in Syracuse. You've never been in combat, McCaffrey. Your whole life is a fraud.
She was a goddamn peasant whore! She tried to steal from my wallet. I could have fought for this country. I could have.
You beat her because she stole from you, because she tried to outsmart you.
The ignorant audacity of the bitch. What is a man supposed to do? Sit there and take it? How is a man supposed to call himself a man?
And Evelyn Summers, a poor, drunken nobody, stole your book.
And she got what was coming to her.
Governor McCaffrey, I'm charging you with the murder of Evelyn Summers. She was a sad lady who never hurt anyone except herself. I hope God finds a way to forgive you.
Congratulations, boys. You bagged the fine catch. Another red to boot. Grand. Now, I want you to put this business about a repeat offender out of your mind. This McCaffrey creature shows no remorse, and neither will the grand jury. You would have to walk a long mile to find a better candidate for an unmarked plot at the prison graveyard.
星4だ。ということで、ちょっとこびりってこよう。離席します。
have lost most of Shaughnessy and Dunn's squad. The gunny is dead, first platoon is in worse shape. That medic is the craziest, the bravest man alive.
Can we rally with the first and try for the Nambus?
It's sheer to the left. To the right, it goes right through a pass with 2 Nabus and enfilade.
Mate,
we can lose everyone.
Lieutenant, get back off this fucking bridge. They'll start walking the mortars back to their own positions. We only have minutes. I'm in charge here, Sergeant. Get your men off the bridge, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? We don't have time for this, Lieutenant. What's your unit, Sergeant? I company 22nd Marines, Lieutenant, and we just saved your ass by fording the river. My orders are to reconnoiter the... I think that point is now moot. You have 10 men left. My orders are to save what's left. Move out!
Well done, lads. You did well with the Summers case. But we have a problem. The examiner received a new letter today.
Do you mind if I take a look, Ray?
Go right ahead. They've both been rinsed in gasoline like the previous letters, so I can't lift a print.
No one else but the killer knew about this message. To suffer woes, which hope thinks infinite, to forgive wrongs darker than death or night. Another snippet from the Shelley poem. If the note is from the Dahlia maniac, he definitely also killed Teresa Terrell.
Mal and I agree.
But where does that leave us? If this is the Dahlia killer, and he is responsible for the Tarrelson murder, not to mention the Muller
Hang
case.
on a moment, Skipper.
Let me finish, Rusty. We have 5 birds in hand and none in the bush. The department will not survive a scandal if we have to let them all go without catching a fiend first. Your careers will be over for a start, gentlemen.
Looking in wonder.
Ah, fuck it. I knew this run was too good to be true.
I hid myself within a fountain in the public square.
You like that stuff? What is it supposed to mean?
It's supposed to... Forget what it's supposed to... What does he want?
Where are you going with this, Cole?
He's obviously taunting us. He believes he's far more intelligent than we are.
Okay, it's some kind of story, right? A guy that God hates, chains him up.
It's an allegory, Rusty.
A what? Story with 2 meanings. A symbolic meaning. But that's what he wants us to think.
Could he be using it literally? Within a fountain in a public square? Would it be that easy?
Can somebody tell me what the fuck is going on?
The fountain in Pershing Square. Come on, we have a clue. Captain, thanks, Ray.
Be careful, Phelps. This is his game you're playing now.
I'm trying to imagine you with a personality.
strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out, now the DA wants my head.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down to one round.
You can drive. All those cases, Rusty. What have I been telling you all along?
We gotta get this guy.
I know. Enough women have died.
Yeah, and it's our asses on the line too, Phelps. You heard what the captain said. The department is not gonna take responsibility for all those bad convictions.
Success is a double-edged sword.
Let's just get this sick pervert and have it done with.
バーシングクエストスクエアクエストじゃないスクエアだよいしょ
Rather you than me, Phelps. You know the local hobos use that as a latrine.
All overgrown with trailing, odorous plants which curtain out the dead. Where next? Elizabeth Short. Betty Short. Black Dahlia.
Elizabeth Short's social security card.
Jesus Christ.
That's not all. There's another stanza from Shelley.
Can you work it out? You got a city map? See if you can work out where he's taking us. I don't like this freak leading us around by the nose.
What's a special look at this? I survived the war for this?
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Can you drive to this one?
Him. It's really him, the fuck who killed the Dahlia. Can you believe this? He's leading us.
It's his game, Rusty. You may want someone to catch him, but he's extremely dangerous. I doubt if he will give up easily,
Suits me down to the fucking ground. We clip this fuck and we get citation. What a day to be a cop. A pencil-pushing Parker won't be able to shove me aside after this.
Can I help you, sir?
Detectives, LAPD. This is very important, sir. How do we get to the top of the chandelier?
You what?
Have a little faith, pal. We're in a real hurry.
Head up to the top floor. There's an access panel and a ladder in the maintenance room.
Let's go.
I'm going out there, Rusty.
Better you than me. Be careful. Could be a trap.
Olé!
Deirdre Muller's missing watch. Temples high of man's ear and eye, roofed over sculptures and poesy. Where have I seen that?
Jesus Christ, Cole, get off that goddamn thing. Find a rope, Rusty. There isn't time. Get me to swing that thing from side to side. Get it over the edge, then jump for it. Wait. Come on. Get it going in a second.
That was too close.
Yeah, well, the higher you climb, the further you fall.
Let's get out of here.
Another Dahlia clue?
No. A yellow gold wristwatch.
From older day.
Yes. And a scrap of the poem.
Another location.
If I can work it out.
ああ、グレイさんこんにちは。 うん。まだね全然先があるんですけど、今中盤ぐらいですね。 L.A. ノワールのストーリーのないマップで図書館、どこだ図書館。これか。なかなかむずいっすよ L.A. ノワール。何十年ぶりにやってるんで。
He keeps mementos from all his victims.
This guy needs to be taken out of circulation.
He takes pleasure at stringing us along, demonstrating how much smarter he is.
You can enjoy it while it lasts. Got you now, genius. I'm coming for you.
Wow, these pots sure.
I'm pulling rank here, Cole. I'm not hauling myself up there. Go get him, Tiger.
You'd slow me down anyway, old-timer.
で、国立図書館に着いたから、これか。まだこっちか。まだ登るんだね。そういうオチもあるんだ。初めて知った。
pulling rank here, Cole. I'm not hauling myself up there. Go get him, Tiger.
めっちゃ落下死してた。
Slow me down anyway, old timer.
あれですよ、さっきローソン行ってあれ盛りすぎチャレンジのあれを買ってきました。スパゲティを。ミートスパゲティ、麺と具が 50% 増量されてるやつを買ってきましたよ。ここね、ここ。はい。慎重に慎重。
Sometimes a step backwards is a step in the right direction.
Hmm? 上行けないの？上に行きたいんだよな。あった。
Our Lady of Guadalupe, ripped from Antonia's necklace. Round which death laughed, sepulchred emblems of dead destruction, ruin within ruin. So this is a treasure hunt.
じゃあ戻るかい？ああ、自動で戻ってくれた。
What is it this time?
The religious medal from the Maldonado case.
The Dahlia, Moeller, Maldonado. When this gets out,
We still have to find the guy, Rusty.
another poem. Well, you must have some idea, right? Come on, Phelps. We're on a roll here. Don't let me down.
His mother would be proud of him, catching all those criminals. He just refuses to accompany me to church.
缶がここにあるか。
Can you drive to this one?
We're gonna catch hell for
エルチキ食べます。
banging up innocent men.
買っちゃった。美味しそ
The
うだったから。
newspapers will crucify the guy. They won't have time to wonder about our mistakes. We'll be okay, Rusty. As long as we catch the guy.
I hope you're right, Cole.
Let's take a quick intermission for
We're famous if we make this case. These are my best shoes, Phelps. I'll leave you to it.
Very funny. Whoa!
Get a move on, Cole. Those boards are sinking. You want to end up like the other fossils? Gangway snakes around, Phelps. Can you see it through the car?
Whoa!
How you doing out there?
I'd be doing better if you were the one.
うわー、沈んだ。簡単に沈むぞこれ。
Get a move on, Cole. Those boards are sinking. You want to end up like the other fossils? Gangway snakes around, Phelps. Can you see it through the car?
Steady.
How you doing out there?
I'd be doing better if you were the one trying to get across this thing. Whoa!
疲れた。
You want to follow it now, Phelps?
That's at the forefront of my thinking. Steady. One of Teresa Terreldson's shoes. A sphere which is as many thousand spheres. Okay, where to now?
Boat あるんだったら最初からボートで行けばいいのに。
Another stanza from Apollo.
Oh, I really thought that hobo bum did the terrorism fraud.
Confessions from the insane aren't the most credible evidence, Rusty.
Is this thing over?
It's all part of his power over us, making us run around all over the city for the crumbs he's leaving.
So if we keep this up, we can find the guy?
You know the way. You can drive.
So this guy looks out for women in bars who've had too much to drink.
Who are emotionally disturbed.
Need a shoulder to cry on, he plies them with booze.
Probably offers them a lift home.
Then beats their brains out and strangles them. Could be any schmo hanging out in the bar.
No, not anyone. He displays the bodies, leaves us messages. For all the violence, it's very controlled behavior.
On it goes. When do you think we'll reach the end of this thing?
The center of the proverbial labyrinth? How long's a piece of string? How many unsolved murders have we got in this city? You ever been in here, Gallo?
No. I have no intention of going in. I heard that thing's tricky. I want to wait here and have a quiet smoke. Think about hidden meetings.
いや、この迷路むずいぞ。お、来た道の向こうか。
belonging to Celine Axford Henry. Thrones, altars, judgment seats, prisons. No, it couldn't be.
See? That was easy.
I found Celine Henry's ring.
How far does this thing go? How did we not catch this nut job?
If that hill won't buy me something nice, I'll find someone who will.
toまずここ行くか。
You can drive.
Now, national news.
Drive to replace $7.5 million spent during the severe 1946 epidemic.
He's leading us this trail of evidence.
What? Vanity. He wants to see if there's anyone out there smart enough to catch him.
He leaves us evidence, but every location is tracked.
He's testing us, physically and mentally, to see whether we are worthy of him.
The Titan guy. We'll have to stouse the guy.
Very good. You thinking about reading some Shelley?
All that egghead stuff? I'm sticking to the funny papers and the forum journals. Sleep better.
All units to citizen reports a 211 in progress at 9th and Grand. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
これか。 か。
Can you drive to this one? You know the way. You can drive.
There's the throne up there.
Now it's just a matter of getting to it.
Hey, Phelps, climb up to the higher levels over here.
Jesus, now look what you did. Hang on, Cole. I'll get you off of there.
You gotta make it to the next platform.
足場崩れた。
Jesus, now look what you did. Hang on, Cole. I'll get you off of there.
You gotta make it to the next platform. Get that thing as close as you can, then jump.
むずい。
Jesus, now look what you did. Hang on, Cole. I'll get you off of there.
You gotta make it to the next platform. Get that thing as close as you can, then jump.
だ。
Typewriter ring. Evelyn Summers. Place he calls home. End of the line. No! Come on! Ah, no!
またやっちまった。
I thought the whole thing was going to come crashing down on us.
I thought so too. He murdered Evelyn Summers, Rusty. The last trophy was her ring.
Find another piece of the poem?
Yes. The last piece.
You sure, Cole?
Let's find out.
で、次はキリストなんちゃうか。
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
Reminds me of my days as an altar boy.
There's a light coming from the house.
Nothing hasty, gentlemen. Keep your hands where I can see them, or I'll be forced to redecorate the stucco with your entrails.
We're from the LAPD, sir. I'm gonna tell you only once to lower your weapon.
The LAPD, you say? Is it really possible you could have found me after all this time? How interesting.
Put down the gun, shitbird. Last warning.
This boorish ignoramus could never have found me. It was you, wasn't it? Do you remember me, detective?
The temp bartender.
Yes, you found me. You know what I'm capable of, and yet you walk in here like lambs, dressed for the slaughter.
We'll see about that. Where did he go?
Down the tunnel?
We can't let the son of a bitch get away.
The house, Rusty. There must be another entrance into the house. LAPD, give yourself up.
Sweet Jesus.
You realize this must have been the place, Rusty.
これはグロい。
Going down there?
I'll go. Call for backup. Keep an eye out above ground and see where this thing comes out.
You're an interesting man, detective. Why the police force? You're obvious.
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist.
Do I get a sense you're looking for personal redemption? You think we have something in common?
Surrender now, or I will use deadly force. This thing has come to an end. You know that. Exactly what I expected. We were looking for a low achiever. You acquainted with Slaughter? No.
Are you comfortable out of the light, officer? Are you comfortable?
Reinforcements are on the way. Cease and desist. Surrender now, or I will use deadly force. Cease fire immediately. This thing is coming in.
Where's the press, Cap? I think Phelps and I should get a medal for this. This has got to be the case of the year, right? The case of the century when you think about it.
You finished?
Yes, Skipper.
Good. Because there won't be any press briefings or commendations.
What are you talking about? We got the werewolf, the guy who killed the Dahlia, killed all the other broads.
You got no one. Mason was a ghost.
Can you at least tell us why, Captain?
Mason is the half-brother of one of the most highly elected officials in this country.
How high?
Beyond the moon for mere mortals like us, Rusty. There'll be no more mention of him. The city owes you both, but there'll be no mileage in ever bringing this up again.
What's going to happen to the suspects in the cases, Captain? I won't be a part of that.
A bit of missing evidence at the grand jury. A procedural error here, a mistake there. They'll all be quietly let go. The DA knows how we got to play it.
That's it?
I'm afraid it is. And I have some news for you, Phelps. No more rooting around in the entrails of cadavers and corpses for you. The head of Vice has asked the chief for you. I'm reluctant to see you go to the glory boys of Anne Vice. My hands are tied. Go home to that lovely wife, Phelps, and celebrate your promotion.
昇格したもう風紀犯罪か。疲れた。ということで終わりやす。お疲れ様でした。